The second day, the longest day of the 2023 State 7-on-7 tournament here in College Station is into the books, and we are here to talk about it. I'm Greg Tepper. That's Matt Stepp. How was your shower?
Best shower of the year. Yeah, it's the best one. You get back after 12 hours in the sun here, and that cold shower hits a little different, doesn't it?
Yeah, we were just comparing ankle tan lines. It's pretty rough. It was balmy out there, but we did start crowning champions across the State 7-on-7 tournament. We'll start in the smallest bracket, the Division III bracket, which for just the second time in Texas State 7-on-7 history, we have a team go back-to-back. The Miles Bulldogs go back-to-back with a win over Poth in the title game. I know you covered it for TexasFootball.com, and Miles makes a little history. They're good at this thing.
Yeah, second year in a row for Miles. I talked to one of their players. They haven't lost a game in 7-on-7 all year. They went 8-0 in the tournament, but they weren't without close games. In the quarterfinals against Gunner, they had a close game, knocking off Gunner. Pulled away late for a 34-21 win, and then the championship game, a 22-20 win over Poth. Poth was a great story. Poth went 0-3 on Thursday, turnaround, win 4 in a row, falls to Miles 22-20 in a really close championship game, really competitive. I thought Miles was clearly the best team in the tournament. Going in, they were one of the pre-tournament favorites, and they lived up to it.
Yeah, and I'll say this about Poth on that end. I think that's very – this is a team that's going to need to, of course, made a run to a state championship game last year, needs to replace a quarterback and a running back. Looked good doing it, and it got hot at the right time, and so I think there's a lot of good things to say about Poth going forward.
Yeah, we talked to Coach Luna after their first win this morning. He mentioned that they were going to be, last year they were very run heavy. He said this year they're going to have to throw the ball a little bit more, and so you got to feel pretty good about Poth going into the game, going into the season, because of their ability here at the State 7-on-7 tournament to be able to throw the ball, because they're going to need to rely on that passing game a little bit more in the fall.
In the Division II bracket, going on concurrently, the championship game saw for the third time in State 7-on-7 history, a team go back-to-back. Hitchcock goes back-to-back with another win, this time taking down Anna, who had been such a fantastic story. I think one of the teams of the tournament was the Anna Coyotes, but Hitchcock gets them 27-20 in the state championship game. Damian McDaniel with a big interception to seal it. But the story for me, Lloyd Jones, let me tell you guys, this quarterback for Hitchcock, serious business, and he feels like he's grown up, and the weaponry that they have around him is so impressive. We are pretty bullish. Pick up a copy of Dave Campbell's Texas Football, please, and see how bullish we are on Hitchcock. We're bullish on Hitchcock, and all that this weekend did for me is think, yeah, maybe we know what we're talking about.
Well, Hitchcock's got the best group of skill players in all of 3A Division I. Full stop. There's no question about it. There's no 3A Division I team that has the weaponry, the skill positions that Hitchcock does. And by the way, they're the defending state champions in basketball as well. Boys basketball, they're really good at that too. They just have guys who like to compete and like to get after it. This is their second straight 7-on-7 title. I don't know if they were clearly the best team in the week. They went 7-1. They lost their last game on Thursday. Did go 5-0 today, but they did get pushed. There were a couple of games there where they got pushed. A couple, especially the Anna game. Anna was right there with them, neck and neck. It was a back and forth game.
Anna led for large portions of this game too.
Yeah, Anna went 7-1 as well on the weekend. Their sophomore quarterback looked really good.
Ziondre Williams is the name to know. He's fantastic.
Really impressive. Hitchcock in the second round this morning against Somerset barely escaped 20-19. So they got pushed a little bit. They had to kind of sack up and find ways to win close games, and they got it done against Somerset. And then the championship game against Anna, which I know you covered, was a real back and forth, a nip and tuck affair. And I thought Silsbee really had a good day today as well. They kind of struggled a little bit. They went 2-1 on Thursday, but this didn't look great. They were really sharp today. Got all the way to the semifinals before they fell to Anna in a close game as well. They lost to Anna by 20. They were in the same pool as Anna. They lost to Anna by 20 on Thursday, turn around, play them again, and lose a lot more competitive game, 39-28. So a good day for the Silsbee Tigers.
Yeah, most certainly. But the Hitchcock Bulldogs get the belt. They are the 2023 Division II State 7-on-7 champions. Then the afternoon rolled around, and it warmed up across College Station, and we began pool play in the largest classification, Division I. We were driving around, watching games, watching teams, and talking with coaches around the park. I am interested in a couple of teams that maybe stood out for you, either as surprises or like, wow, that team really impressed.
Two in the Metroplex. Frisco Wakeland goes 3-0 in a really good pool. I mean, Frisco Wakeland has Lake Travis, Shadow Creek, and El Paso Eastwood. It was the pool of death. We called it one of the pool of deaths. And Wakeland, Shadow Creek 32-13, Lake Travis 27-25, and they beat Eastwood 40-20 to close the day out. Really good day for Frisco Wakeland. They're going to be a team to watch on Saturday. And I thought North Crowley had a great day, going 3-0 as well, in a good pool as well. They opened the day with the win over Manville. They closed the day with a close win over San Antonio Johnson, so a good day for North Crowley. I thought what the key story in Division I overall was parity. A lot of three-way ties. There was no one, I think. Last year, DeSoto came out and really set the tone early with that big win over Fort Bend Hightower to open the tournament and just kind of cruise to the title. There's no one in this tournament, including DeSoto, that really just looked dominant today. So I think tomorrow the key is going to be it's wide open. Yeah,
DeSoto dropped a game to the Woodlands College Park, who is now coached by their former defensive coordinator, Kyle Coates, which is, of course, a little interesting.
Yeah, talk about parity. DeSoto loses to the Woodlands College Park. DeSoto still wins the pool. College Park finishes fourth in their pool. That just shows you the parity. It was like that across the board. A lot of really evenly matched pools. I think it's going to make for some really wide open, close games tomorrow morning.
A couple other teams that I noticed. I will tell you that I came away extremely impressed with what we saw skill player wise from Manville. Manville has got dudes all over the field. That was a very impressive team. We got to watch a little bit of San Antonio Johnson. Your boy Ty Hawkins. He's got that dog in him. He was very good in today. I was impressed watching him. We did get to see a little bit of Micah Hudson at Lake Belton, the wide receiver, a star-making performance there. A couple of big games, a couple of big touchdowns there for Lake Belton. A couple of teams that did win their pool, maybe rather surprisingly. PSJA North. The Raiders come up from the Valley and win their pool, and what I thought was a pretty difficult draw for them. They were able to navigate through and get that win. And I don't know if you know another team that happened to win their pool. The Coppell Cowboys win their pool. Picked where?
Picked third in the pool, and Coach Antonio Wiley came over to remind me of that. He did, and you were pretty happy. Speaking of alma maters, my Ironman Bulldogs go 1-2. They lose DeMarcus by 1 point in overtime. They beat Barbers Hill by a point, and then lose by a touchdown to College Station. So they were in every game, just lost, a couple of close games. But PSJ North. They were the story out of the Valley. They beat San Marcos 32-18 in the finale to get the tiebreaker and win the pool.
I want to also mention Willis. Willis was a team that was wildly impressive, and that's the first time I've seen DJ Lagway in person. Okay, yeah, no, I get it, absolutely.
He was DJ in his bagway this weekend. He was really, really good today. DJ Lagway was on one today.
All right, so looking forward to tomorrow. Half the teams are going to the consolation bracket. We're going to have the championship bracket as well, starting at 8 o'clock tomorrow morning. Is there one or two championship championship bracket first-round matchups that have you really excited?
Yeah, no offense to the consolation bracket, but we're pretty much focused on the championship bracket at this point. Round Rock and Manville, I think, is a really good opening matchup. Frisco, Wakeland, and Pearland Dawson should be good. How about Coppell and the Woodlands? That should be a good game as well. The Woodlands went 2-1, so it should be a really good game as well. A lot of talent on and off the field in that game.
It's going to be a lot of fun at the State 7-on-7 tournament finale tomorrow in College Station, and we will have you covered every step of the way at TexasFootball.com.